In 2017 and 2018, Adam Thielen was a Pro Bowler. He was also a top 10 wide receiver in fantasy. However, last season, he failed to catch 1,000 receiving yards in 15 games. Should we be worried to draft Adam Thielen, or is he perfectly safe to have on your roster this year? Thielen's fantasy floor definitely took a big drop last year. He was averaging 62 yards per game in 2020, which was down considerably from his Pro Bowl average of 83 yards per game. It's clear in his stat line that it's not fair to expect the same caliber of player that he was when he was a Pro Bowler. However, his fantasy numbers actually didn't suffer at all. He finished as wide receiver 9 in half PPR points per game, just above his teammate Justin Jefferson. Jefferson had 1,400 receiving yards, though, almost 500 more than Thielen's 925. The only reason that Adam Thielen had a good fantasy season last year is because he caught 14 touchdowns to Justin Jefferson's 7. So it's clear that he was Kirk Cousins' favorite target in the red zone, but it also made him very touchdown dependent, one of the most touchdown dependent players in the league in 2020. Adam Thielen was only one of 7 wide receivers to catch 10 plus touchdowns in 2020. That list includes Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Adam Thielen, of course, Mike Evans, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett. And I want to ask you a question. Of that list that I just mentioned, which name is most likely to not find themselves on that list this year? And if I only had to pick one, I would put my money on Adam Thielen catching 9 or fewer touchdowns this season. So let's say Thielen's touchdown rate returns to his career average. Since the 2016 season, when he became the starting wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, Adam Thielen has played 73 games and caught 38 touchdowns. So that gives him a career average of 0.52 touchdowns per game. And if we give him identical stats from last year, let's say he doesn't drop off in any other category, he would score an average of 11.8 half PPR points per game, and that would have ranked as wide receiver 23 last season. So his current ADP is wide receiver 18, 45th overall, and that feels a little bit too optimistic of a ranking. It feels a little bit more like his ceiling, not necessarily his floor, and it's a little bit less likely that he returns wide receiver 18 value this year. He's just too touchdown dependent for me to feel comfortable drafting him in the mid-4th round. If he somehow slides to the 5th round, I'm a little bit more comfortable taking him as my flex play rather than my wide receiver 2, but I really doubt that that happens, and that's why I'm very comfortable passing on Adam Thielen, letting somebody else draft him, and I recommend you do the same. But hey, if you disagree with me, just don't say that I didn't warn you.